Welcome to 10 Minutes. I'm Tony Scott. Bringing in the big guns this week, Peter Rodney.
Hello.
How you doing?
I am so super.
Today's sponsor of the show is Map South Hockey. Map South, one of the best training facilities in the world. I like saying that.
Whoa.
If you check it out, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's got a great set of a great facility, shooting facility, skating facility, skating treadmill, you name it. They have the products there. They have the everything. They have great trainers. I talked to Eric Rasmussen, former NHLer, former Gopher, former Mr. Hockey. He's one of the trainers there. Mike Carmen. I mean, they have an unbelievable staff of former great players and just great trainers who are good kids at educating and training kids on how to play hockey. Any thoughts on Map South?
I like Map South. If I had kids, I'd send my kids to Map South.
Yeah,
but I don't, so I don't have to make that decision yet.
Small problem.
Yeah.
Small problem.
I need, give me 15 years.
Speaking of small, we're going to talk a little Squirt hockey. The Squirtacular will get underway in about 2 weeks. We're going to announce our pools today for Squirt A and Squirt B and make a little commentary on it. So on the count of 3, the Squirt A pools will be posted here. You can pause your screen. 1, 2, 3. All right, now that you've seen the pools posted for the Squirtacular, we're going to make a little commentary on the Squirt A's and then do the same for the Squirt B's. My take, the toughest pool I think is in there is Pool E, Woodbury, Andover, Osseo Maple Grove, and Portage Lake, Ontario, a.k.a. Thunder Bay.
I love when the Canadians come down.
It's tough. Woodbury's got a really deep team this year, some good young talent on the team. Osseo Maple Grove is a top 10 team. Andover's always good at squirts, and you never know what you're going to get with Canada. What do you say for you, Mr. Odney?
I enjoy Pool F.
Well, that's a tough one, too.
It's going to stand for freaking hard this year.
Yes.
Champlain Park, Osseo Maple Grove, White Bear Lake, and a sneaky team from the southern reaches of Minnesota. The Laverne Cardinals do not sleep on Pool F.
They won't have a lot of players on their squad.
They're okay with that.
But they'll be fine.
They're used to it. The kids are used to it.
Best player in the tournament, I'm calling it right now.
That is a bold statement.
Cole Brownshausen, Stillwater. Watch out for him, 07 birth year kid. All reports I saw him play last year. He was in the championship. They're from the defending champs. He's a tough kid to stop. How about you?
If I got to pick one, I'm going to go with Mason West from Edina. Great skater.
Good pick.
Can handle the puck like a veteran. Mason West and his Edina White squad. Going to be tough to stop.
He was Edina White last year, and he was a tough pill to swallow for the opponents. I agree with that one. It's a good take. All right, so now we're going to post the Squirt B's up on the screen on the count of
Hover
1.
Your finger over the space bar.
Yeah, right about the space bar. Hit the space bar. 1, 2, 3. Voila. All right.
Welcome back.
All right, so you've seen the Squirt B pool. You can hit you've unpaused it. You're back with us now. I'm going to say the tough one here, like you talked about in the A's, is the F, because it's going to be freaking hard.
Yes. Okay,
it's going to be tough. You got a team that's won it before, the Arizona Junior Coyotes. They were in the quarterfinals last year. Minnetonka Blues, a top 20 team in Minnesota. Stillwater Blacks, the best team in District 2. And then you got another team, I can't even read it up there. Woodbury, another Woodbury team.
Woodbury.
That's your squad. This should be yours. You're a big Woodbury guy.
I don't know if this is my squad.
Okay.
I've got one squad.
You got one in particular.
Just one in particular.
All right, how about you? What do you got?
I really like Pool H, another out-of-state team like Arizona, the West Dundee Leafs from the Chicagoland area. Yep. They're going to go up against Chaskatchan Gold, Edina Black.
That's a blue team. That's a black, blue team.
There's not just white and green.
Yep.
Edina Black, and why is that a gold? So once we hit Squirt B's, we get all these cute little colors.
Oh, lots of colors.
Can never keep them straight.
Which is a really good segue into something that I think you need to watch out for. If you see this Edina Black or green or
purple,
these teams, they're the B2 teams. Okay. Don't get fooled by the letter B and the number 2.
Don't sleep.
These guys are good. They're destroying District 6 right now. They've had a great record there. They're hungry. someone's told them they're not good enough, that's a bad medicine for a team in a B1 tournament. So I think that the Edina B2 teams will be a storyline in the tournament in a couple weeks.
Yeah, speaking of teams you shouldn't sleep on, the Chicagoland teams, it's easy to look at them and think, well, there's no way they play the competition that we play here in Minnesota. There's no way the players are as good. Here's the deal. All of the parents who stand at Squirt games with little camcorders taping the games, you don't have any tape on the Chicago teams.
No tape.
There are going to be some
film.
players you haven't seen before. They could roll in with 6 kids that could all play Squirt, AAA if there was such a thing. So don't sleep on Chicago.
Even if you think any of these Chicago kids are going to hit the post this weekend?
Probably not.
Like Parkey?
I don't think so.
No?
If they did, I would hope they wouldn't receive the same
treatment he got. That's a boom roasted for sure. All right, let's switch gears. Go to headlines at the Pee Wee and Bantam and high school level. You got a headline for the Pee Wees?
I got a headline for Pee Wee A.
Okay.
Pee Wee A. East Grand Forks wins the Hibbing tournament. East Grand Forks is undefeated at 20-0-1.
Yeah.
The green wave keeps rolling.
Grady Magner is really hard to stop. Okay. Speaking of hard to stop, Woodbury was hard to stop in the Founders Cup. They win it. Congratulations to Lucas Mann. He takes home the MVP award.
Well done.
A couple pretty passes in the championship game.
Well done.
How about in Bantams?
Grand Forks. Grand Forks takes Rosa. A little bit of a slow start for that Grand Forks Aviators team.
Yeah, not now.
Kind of stumbling through the Blue Ox, but the team is absolutely loaded with talent. They're starting to hit their stride later in the year. They take the Rosa.
22 straight the Aviators have won. And they knocked out some pretty good Minnesota teams.
Cupcakes either.
No, they beat. They won a tournament. Schedule. They won a tournament up in Winnipeg. They obviously won Roseau now. They took care of business. They beat Osseo Maple Grove. They beat Wayzata. I mean, this is a really good hockey team.
Very good hockey.
If they were 100 yards to the east, they would be the #1 team in Minnesota, but they're not. Okay, we have our hot take. Twitter kind of blew up this week on the girls' U12 regions, and it blew up on Bantam checking.
Oh, man.
The Mayo Clinic came out and said that the USA Hockey should change their rules to eliminate checking at Bantams, which is going to...
The Mayo Clinic says a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I think that this is all that USA Hockey needed to change that rule, and I think that rule will change. Okay, what are your thoughts on it?
I wasn't in favor of eliminating checking at the Pee Wee level.
You're so old-fashioned.
I wouldn't call that old-fashioned.
I agree.
I am not a fan of eliminating checking at the Bantam level. Is it dangerous? Absolutely. Is hockey dangerous? Absolutely. If you eliminate checking at the Bantam level, you're throwing kids into high school, where we have someone, we mentioned Will Francis before the show started. Will Francis is 6'5", 220 pounds. You're throwing him up against a kid who's never been hit before? Well, why don't you just toss him off a building and hope he can fly? That doesn't make any sense.
So what's your alternative? What's your solution to the problem?
My solution is that, one, coaches need to teach checking very early on. Technical body checking. None of this elbows up, high sticks. Technical body checking, putting your shoulder into the chest and rubbing players out along the boards.
At the Pee Wee level, you would allow checking?
I would allow checking at the Pee Wee level because the kids are still... Some of them are obviously going to be bigger than others, but they're still relatively kind of the same size. Even at Bantams, you get kids that have hit their growth spurt and
some
way
have
bigger than other kids. Let them hit each other when they're still kind of the same size. And coaches, teach them how to check.
I think they should bring checking. If I had to take that take, I would go all the way down. I tweeted it yesterday. I think that they should allow checking at the squirt level as well, with modifications. And what I don't mean like, let them just go ram the kid. Well, hey, let's get it where you're training and teaching kids how to take body contact at an earlier age, as opposed to, like you just said, throwing them to the wolves, those Bantams, or throwing them to the wolves high school. Because you need to really, if you really want to address the issue, which is safety, right? Safety is the issue here, and concussions. Well, we need to teach our kids on how to properly do this, as opposed to leaving in the hands of high school coaches or midget coaches at the at the Tier 1 level.
And the officiating changes so much as you go up levels. There's some huge hits in high school that aren't called because of the speed of the game.
I agree.
So a little kid who hasn't hit until high school is going to get absolutely leveled.
I think this is less safe. Doing it this way is actually less safe. I think it's less safe.
Except the fact that hockey is a very dangerous and fast sport.
I agree. My alternative is if Minnesota hockey, and I mean the governing body does not like this, and its constituents do not like this, then secede from USA Hockey. And it's been talked about for years. Like we have a separate calendar. We have everything is in place. We actually, Minnesota Hockey actually pushes the envelope on all this stuff as it is. I think they should get out of USA Hockey. It doesn't meet. They don't meet anything. We don't play for their national championships, really. We don't participate in anything except maybe their national camps. Even those that's only restricted to 20 kids and 20 boys and 20 girls at 15, 16, 17. Are we really need to be that attached to USA Hockey? That would be a take, and that's a serious take. That's not just a flame it or a clickbait take. Think about it. Think about pulling out of Minnesota Hockey. Minnesota pulling out of USA Hockey. That would be one of my ways of adjusting this. And then the complaints, you don't have to go back to USA Hockey.
One more point on safety. If you want to make the game safer, make the penalties harsher. Trust the referees to make the judgment call. If they think a hit is violent enough to warrant a game ejection, then it's worth a game ejection, and they're suspended for the next game.
I agree.
You can say it's subjective. They don't see it from the same angle. Blah blah blah. Trust the referees to make the right call. And you know what? If you get called for a violent hit, maybe slow down.
I agree.
Maybe don't drill the kid face first into the boards.
I agree. All right, we were down in Rochester.
We were in Rochester.
Instead of a favorite food or a favorite drink or a favorite candy, we're going to go with our favorite Founders Cup moment. What was yours?
Mine was walking into the volunteer office for the first time and seeing Cliff Bars and Lara Bars and fruit and crackers
Pulled
and
pork.
cookies and pork and Swedish meatballs and chili. It was a wonderful spread. Everybody at Rochester really took care of us.
Love it.
Thank you.
My but my favorite moment was the tournament's over, we're cleaning up, we're packing the bags, and this woman comes up to me and she kind of whispers in my ear, she goes, Thank you for a wonderful tournament. That was outstanding. And I said, oh, well, no problem. You're welcome. Can I ask you who your favorite player is? She says, oh, my grandson is Lucas Mann. And her grandson was just named the MVP. And you can see the smile and the twinkle in her eye of watching him succeed and be named the MVP and get interviewed on YHH and all the other things that came with it. So that was that made my day to make her day. I'd be part of making her day so great. So
it makes it all worth it.
It definitely does. All right, now it's going to get a little warm in here, right? Okay.
You hear that? That's the fire
This is
starter.
boom roasted time.
No, it's not.
It's not?
Boys high school.
Oh, we want to do that next. Okay,
That's
sure.
what I mean
Okay,
by
all right,
it's heating up.
all right, yeah, it definitely is heating up here. So there's some teams that are hot. There are some teams that are hot. You want to do the Class A team that's hot?
Yeah.
All right.
I went to Catholic school for 13
You're
years.
both Catholic. There's a Catholic theme here.
Totino Grace was on my list of schools I wanted to go to for high school, but I didn't go. But the Eagles are flying there, 9-4, currently ranked number 7 in the Class A YHH staff rankings.
Yep.
3 of their 4 losses have come against Maple Grove, highly thought of double A team, East Grand Forks,
Number 3,
always a strong Class A team, and Hermantown,
Number 1
Class A.
3 of their teams are ranked. That's crazy.
3 out of 4 losses against ranked teams.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Here's a team that's red hot, no pun intended. You wrote a story on these red hot nights, but Nil St. Margaret's is 10-4. The record isn't gaudy, but 4-1 in their last 5. Listen to these wins. Holy Family.
What?
Wyzetta.
No way.
Lakeville South. Another Catholic school, Hill Murray.
Outstanding.
That's a pretty good run. Wow. That's a pretty good run. They're in a mid-season, high right now. Can they keep this up and they could end up getting the 2 seed in Section 6.
Well,
Think about that. And you were at the Edina Benilde game, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, so you've seen it. They were competitive.
They can play.
They can definitely do so. All right, so now we can get to the Boom Roasted. Sorry, we skipped over our poor high school friends.
This is a volatile boom.
All right, this one's going to be a good one. This might go down in history as one of our better Boom Roasted. So I'm going to tee this up for you, okay? Okay, so we name a all-tournament team at the end of every tournament. We do a video. Now we added in kind of this best of things. We had our best coach and best this, and we write a nice article. We do a nice job at these tournaments, if I do say so myself, right? And we knock it out. We watch all these games. We see who the best players are. We
spend
keep track.
45 minutes on the phone going over.
We do. We understand, and we take it very seriously who makes the all-tournament team. You want to go from here?
I will say that sometimes the all-tournament team is also based on coach recommendations. We've had coaches make recommendations, tournament officials. We have a couple officials that we work with fairly consistently.
Yeah, especially referees. Yes.
The referees will say, this kid outplayed everybody, this kid played really well, blah, blah, blah. We select these teams as a nod to the players who played really well in the tournament. If someone is not on the list, it does not mean they did not have a great tournament. It does not mean we have anything against the player. It does not mean we have anything against the player's parent. It's a very small list. And with a tournament with 24 teams, not everybody is going to make the list.
Or get a medal.
Or get a medal. Not everybody.
In fact, our tournament, 3 teams win. That's crazy. 3 teams win with 3 brackets that win
for a bracket championship. So enjoy the weekend. We hope you enjoy all that comes with it, including all tournament teams and highlight videos. If you don't make the all tournament team, it is okay. It's fine.
Ready?
You will be fine.
Boom roasted. Boom roasted. Okay, last but not least, game pucks. I have 2 to give out this week, so I'll give one, hand it back to you, hand it back to me. Game puck goes out to Sean Grzuski from Grand Forks, North Dakota. Sean, you and your family and everybody in the hockey community up in Grand Forks, our prayers are with you as you continue your battle through cancer.
We're with you, Sean. My game puck, and a nod
to... You preed it. You kind of gave it away, didn't you?
But it's totally worth it. Going down to Rochester is, frankly, one of the most painless tournaments that we go through. The boxes are full of volunteers who are playing the music and keeping the stats. We don't have to worry about filling a box. We don't have to worry about referees showing up on time. We don't have to go to the concession stands 5 times a day because we are fed.
And the medics are from the Mayo Clinic, so... Think about that.
Think about that. We feel very taken care of at Rochester. They eliminate so many little headaches that pop up. And it's fun to be at Rochester because it feels like all of the kids like to hang out at the rink. They might not have a game going on. They might not have a game for another few hours, but kids and parents are running around. They're all chatting with each other. They're all watching the games. That is a community dedicated to the growth of their youth hockey program.
Agreed. And now, last but not least, goes out to Isaac Erickson. I broadcasted the Hibbing Rochester Mayo game on Friday night. And I saw something that I've never seen before. A player from Hibbing, his name is Isaac Erickson. Isaac was a skater forward for Hibbing. They didn't have a JV goalie, so guess what? Isaac played goalie for them, which I thought was kind of interesting because I noticed he was struggling a little bit in front of them. I'm like, oh, this must be a new goalie. No, it's their only goalie because they only have one goalie that's healthy in Hibbing right now. So he took one for the team, played goalie for the Blue Jackets in the JV game. The announcer guy over the booth goes, hey, from their radio station who was down in Rochester said, he goes, hey, yeah, he might suit up for varsity tonight. So I was really keeping an eye out for him during the broadcast. I'm like, yeah, this would be really interesting if number 9 gets on the ice. This would be great if he gets on the ice. He didn't get on the ice at all. Until someone on Hibbing got a 2 and a 10. Guess who served the penalty? Isaac Erickson. That gets you team player game puck from me any day. Kid really did well. He played 3 periods of JV, and he played his 4th period as serving a penalty for the Blue Jackets in their game against Rochester.
That's an exhausting night.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Well, we're exhausted too. Full 19-minute show here on 10 Minutes with Tony Scott. We've given you 9 minutes of bonus coverage. Thanks to Peter for putting together a great show. Thanks to Map South Hockey for their sponsorship of the programs. We'll see everybody around the rink.